So put your clothes back on. Now, put your clothes back on.
position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Horned Frogs will kick it away to start. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Quarterback moving. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. On the move. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Now the play fake.
And that is priority #1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And I'm really impressed with the start by this defense, like getting to the quarterback early and often. First drive, already have 2 sacks. That's a good sign for this defense.
He'll haul it in right around the logo. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Hawkins. Got the first down, looking for more. Breaks into the open. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
When your run game's working like this early in the game, man, it makes everything so easy. And after big runs like that, watch for this offense to come back and attack some play action down the field.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd and goal. Sends it back in motion. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Got it behind the line. It's Ezukama. Touchdown, TCU! A great catch and run for 6. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Back to throw, it's Knight. Fires one high and deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Rushes on him. Fires on the move. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's a frustrating play right there. Like, the protection was really, really good. Jesse, quarterback holds on to the football, has time, and then makes a
sneaks it in.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Arkansas.
Scanning the field, it's Knight. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Small. There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
From the gun, the ground game.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Pulls and fires complete. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. The offense changing the play. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Caught in the backfield. It's Ezukama. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Pressure coming. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Strong pass rush, gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
They boot it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Here's the pressure.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Ferguson. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Just going to keep it after the snap. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Razorbacks want to crank the tempo.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Running into the open space. Gets it past the marker. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wants to throw. It's Knight. Pocket breaking down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He's got him. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Razorbacks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. No running back on the field. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. This is a designed run. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The snap sets up the throw. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He'll take it himself. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. I see a look of disappointment from this kicker, but that offense is happy. They'll stay out there and go for it. 4th and goal from the 4. They spun that. Fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own end, starting the drive from their own 1. He wants to change this route. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a stat that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive. You're going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good to finish things off. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. OU, oh my. Oklahoma is putting on a show offensively today. They just simply can't be stopped. They're up 14 over Colorado State. This one has actually kind of exceeded expectations. Always a memorable chapter in the book of college football.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, home to the TCU Horned Frogs. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a team from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Horned Frogs will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Offense in a bunch formation. They run the reverse. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, the offense is coming out early in this game, guys, and they're going to test the eye discipline of this defense. Good way to do that is with the jet sweep. See if they can locate the football and go make a tackle.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Ferguson. He was hoping to get that thing down the sideline. They get him out of bounds at the 37.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
The Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
And the Razorbacks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Razorbacks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quarterback keeps it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Sutter. Turning it on. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And the Razorbacks moving quickly to the line. Back to pass, it's Knight. Bringing the heat. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And how about the wheels for the QB? You could tell, man, he can roll, and they're going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
Arkansas 7, TCU 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Going right to work up top. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Horned Frogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He might want another play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays. But you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Bulldozes his way through. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Here comes the heat.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back. Nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off and get what I can get.
The Horned Frogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. A run for the quarterback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on 1st down. He fires to the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still,
pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number one, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground is a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Russell. Stands in and takes the hit. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Wow, that quarterback is lucky there. If you're going to take a chance like that on 3rd down in your end of the field, you better be right, because that should have been picked and returned for a touchdown. This offense is lucky now they're getting a chance to punt this ball away.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frog.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Here's a heat. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Quarterback will keep it. Breaks into the open. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Arkansas. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
14, TCU, 7.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Leaves it with the running back. Got a little space. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 30. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking down the middle. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Hawkins. Unloads to the wideout. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, TCU!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Oklahoma is currently ahead early in this one, but they just haven't been able to pull that schooner away offensively. They're up by 7 over Colorado State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now he lost one down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Reads it, fires complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Back to pass, it's Knight. Makes the grab, it's Sutter. At the 35, he's open. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. The Razorbacks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Making side adjustments here. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. Fires left. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Looking for more room. He's at the 10. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. It's Ezukama. Running to Green. There he goes. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Hawkins. Going to take a shot. Pulls it in on the right. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Hawkins. Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Fourth down and 10 and barely a thought of kicking it. They'll go for it. Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, going to the air. Looking to the big tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Under fire. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup,
Oh, and they blocked it. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2.
And the two-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score Arkansas.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Knight. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Takes it the other way. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, TCU! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
They got the touchdown, but now they want the 2 to tie this baby up. He's looking to throw. He makes the grab for the 2 and ties the game.
How about that for a momentum swing? Your defense gets the pick 6, offense comes right back on the field, and they get the 2-point conversion.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard.
And the Arkansas offense will take over first and 10.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Quarterback keeper. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On the snap, it's Hawkins. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Timeout, Arkansas.
They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. The official says no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Razorbacks will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. can see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Ezukama. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield. It's Russell. That's caught. It's Ezukama. Oh, he's got some space. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
From the gun. Give on the inside. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's small. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
3rd and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 4th down. They'll go for the hat trick. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time.
Lets it fly deep downfield. He took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Knight. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
Number 18.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He steps out of bounds at the 16, but now they have some room to operate. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the ground with the back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll ride the hot hand. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might be changing the route. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Intercepted for the 11th time. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Arkansas! That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be dragged down. His drive will open from the 15. To the air, it's Russell. He'll pull it down and run. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got 2 quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Caught over the middle. It's Ezukama. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
We reached the break. Arkansas has the lead. This has been utter domination through three quarters, and the stats will back that up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Now they'll run the draw. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. To throw, it's Russell. Dumps it to the back. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
He's going to fire to the left. Pulls it in down the sideline. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Razorbacks have pushed it inside the 20. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He can't find enough room. Stopped at the 17, and it brings up a fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. It's a fumble. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. Defense in press coverage. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes with the return. He'll be chased out of bounds inside his own 20 at the 18-yard line, and a great job of coverage there. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Hawkins. Oh, they're after him. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone.
Brings up second down.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Ezukama. He's going to run it. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Ezukama. Creates a little room. Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
And that is such great execution by this offense. 3rd down and 2. They know you're running the football, but they were physical. Great job creating a little bit of space. Not only do you get the 1st down, you chew up a bunch more yards, too. Nice execution by this offense.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the snap, it says Ukama. Runs through the tackle.
Yeah, and listen, this guy's had a good day. I know they're trailing and they need to put some drives together, but I also wouldn't abandon him because he's had such a monster day, and he's been the bright spot so far for this offense.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. And they are knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage as the defense declaws the Wildcat. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Ezukama. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Horned Frog!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
To the air, it's Russell. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of 2-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass. Under fire. Hit as he throws.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
That last incompletion brings up a 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Lofts one high and deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Using his feet. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made them look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust. Gotta like that play right there, getting to him and getting him on the ground. Looking to scramble. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Looking to throw, it's Knight. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Ezukama. Defense played the wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to take the top off. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes a grab past the marker. He goes out of bounds right at the 30. Good pickup on that one.
You know, you just can't coach toughness in quarterbacks. This guy's been sacked multiple times in this one, and on that last play, he gets drilled again, but he delivers a strike. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be in an ice bath after the game.
Dropping back, it's Russell. Snagged in the middle, it's Small. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! And they take it in for 6 more points.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
He's looking to pass. Rushes on him. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air. It's Knight. Looking deep down the right side. He's got it at the 15. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
After